Good morning, team. This is just a quick video to go through what we read about in the first chapter of Harry Potter and the Boy Who Lived. We won't be doing this for every single chapter, obviously. It's just because it's the first chapter, it's really setting the scene for us. So I thought it would be a good way for us to piece together our ideas and our thoughts. So I've made a list of the characters that we were introduced to. And I thought it might be a really good idea if in your books we just came up with a list of ways that they were described and maybe ways that made us feel. Because I know that at the start of the book, the story is sort of from Mr. Dursley's perspective because we sort of understand how he's feeling, and when he's getting really upset with all of these silly people around him wearing funny clothes, we start to learn a bit more about him. So he's actually our first character. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to match these two up because they're married. That's how much we know because they've got the same last name. And they also have a baby boy called Dudley. And he's a baby at the time. I think they said he was 2. All right. And he sounds really horrible. He's like always having a tantrum or throwing stuff. So, you can just make comments on the side. Tantrum. Maybe he's spoilt. Spoilt means, he's given too much and then he's not very grateful. Mrs. Dursley, I know we found out, is a little bit of a gossip because she likes to crane her head over the top of the fence and listen to neighbours' conversations. And I'd like to have another discussion about Mr. Dursley because when we're listening to his point of view, he gets upset with all of the strange things that are going on, with the strange encounters. So that's like all of the events that are going on around him, like the strange birds, the people, that sort of thing. So he gets really upset by that. Now, after even just this little description that I've just written up here, this family, do you think they are good or do you think they're evil? Because I want you to think about the types of words that J.K. Rowling used to describe them, because that really paints a picture for us and whether or not we want to trust the characters. So are they trustworthy? Do we like them? Are they described in a way that makes them appealing? Now, I'm going to go down here. Oh, I haven't written Professor properly because I was just trying to do this really quickly. So I've got Professor Dumbledore and Professor McGonagall. Professor McGonagall can turn into a cat. And what was she doing there? What was she doing? I think she was spying on them. But spying not in a bad way, spying on the family. And then she tells Dumbledore that she doesn't really like them. So that's when we start to find out what is going to happen to this family and why they're involved anyway. So again, think about, how was Professor McGonagall described? Is she good or is she evil? And the same with Professor Dumbledore. What did they say about him? I think that he was really wise, he was quite calm, he's really gentle, and he always has the best interest at heart of, the other characters. So again, have a think about, are they painted in, a positive light? Are they painted in a negative light? And last but not least, we've got Hagrid and we've got Harry, okay? So think about, obviously Harry was a baby, so we don't actually know much about him just yet. And we will find out more, don't worry. So he's a baby. And he had a scar on his head. Did we find out about his parents in chapter 1? I'm pretty sure we did. Parents and the Dark Lord, or whoever they call him. It's always changing. So just think about the different sort of things. So Harry Potter, if he's got this scar on their head, the parents have been killed, so is he a victim? So we need to feel sorry for him. What's happened to him? What's his past been like? And Hagrid, by the sounds of it, is just a gentle giant, and he's really helpful, and he does everything that he can to help Dumbledore. So this is just a little summary of what I have discovered in the first chapter. And as you continue to read, I want you to really think about the types of characters that are introduced and whether or not they're good or evil and why you think that. So today, I want you to go away and I want you to read one more chapter. So now you would have read 2 chapters. If you want to keep going, you can keep going. And I'd also like you to make a sort of, you can do something like this in your book. So you can have a list of characters, or you could have like a mind map. So you could do something like with Harry Potter in the middle of your mind map. And then around the outside, you might have his auntie and uncle, the Dursleys. And then you might have Hagrid. And then you might have Dumbledore. And underneath that, then you have all the words that might describe Dumbledore or Hagrid underneath. So this is like another way to create a mind map and organise your information. You can do it like this, or you can just do a list up above. You can do that after you've read the 2 chapters because you'll have more information then. Okay guys, bye.